Hello and welcome to this latest Financial Director Q&A, this time in association with Concur, the leading provider of integrated travel and expense management systems. My name is Richard Crump, and today we're going to be looking at how and why finance process automation is really a key enabler to support business growth. The majority of organisations do see automating finance processes as an opportunity for their organisation to grow, and that was found in a recent Vanson Bourne survey that was commissioned by Concur. But despite this, most companies don't fully automate, particularly when it comes to travel and expense software. In this interview, I'm going to be speaking to David Vine, who is Managing Director of UK SMB at Concur, and we're going to be discussing what automation means to finance, the benefits of taking this route, and how technology can help streamline and automate once manual finance processes such as spreadsheets and expenses in particular. David, thanks a lot for joining us.
Okay.
I think really to kick off, just give me a bit of an overview on what automation actually means to finance generally.
Well, that's an interesting question. It means a lot of different things. I think typically finance have automated a lot of the accounting processes. Or businesses have automated HR processes, they've automated sales processes and so on. The one thing that seems to be left behind all the time is the expenses process. I typically refer to it as the laggard of the finance function. It seems to be the last thing ever to become automated. Yeah. But the benefits are myriad. There are obviously huge benefits in productivity and efficiency, and particularly when it comes to expenses, there are hard cash benefits in terms of controlling compliance with policy, VAT, income tax contributions and so on.
Okay, with such a myriad number of benefits you did, why is it such a laggard? Do you think that,
even better question, I wish I knew the answer. I think that it's seen as a necessary evil in many businesses. Most companies invest their money in frontline automation, productivity and efficiency within the sales process, but people seem to forget the emotional side of expenses. People want to get paid their money, and they want to get paid their money quickly. And actually a recent YouGov survey told us that in businesses where they have to use old-fashioned administrative processes, the levels of anxiety and anger and frustration are significant. Some 40+% of people said that they experienced anger and frustration at using out-of-date technology. So I don't know why more businesses aren't embracing it.
Yes, okay. And aside from obviously keeping your staff happy, sane, and maybe not pulling down the doors, what are the kind of the key benefits? You talked about efficiency and streamlining processes. So can you elaborate and expand on if I was to invest and automate my expense systems, what I'm going to get out of it as a business?
Well, again, I think they come into a number of different buckets. So let's think about the finance function first and foremost. Typically what happens if you're using a manual or even a semi-automated process, you'll get some forms that are maybe completed, might be incomplete, calculations might be correct, maybe it's incorrect. Some businesses ask individuals to calculate the VAT, which nobody really understands VAT outside of finance. You have, in some cases, you have as many expense policies as you have authorisers, because the managers can't remember the policy. Not all of them can remember every single piece about the policy. So you have arbitrary decision making as to what's permitted and what's not. And then these forms find their way to finance eventually, where corrections are made or it's sent back, or even if they're all correct, somebody's rekeying that data, so doing the work all over again by keying it into the finance function. That's really inefficient for finance. Wouldn't it be great if finance could have all of the data come through, knowing that it's been checked for policy, consistently from the top to the bottom of the organisation, that it's correct and accurate from a VAT standpoint, that the calculations are correct, and it flows seamlessly through into the general ledger, the AP process or whatever. It's like a nirvana for a lot of accountants. So that's really the benefit for finance in processing terms. And then you get cash benefits because some expense systems, and in particular the Concur system, actually changes behaviour in individuals and makes them more likely to go and get a receipt because their jobs are made easier by getting a receipt. More receipts means more compliance with policy, means typically more VAT back, means a better process for everybody, and it's the technology that's driving that change in behaviour.
Okay. We looked at obviously efficiencies, dealing with the tax man, getting money back, all very good, important things for finance function. But at the top of this discussion, I said we're going to look about how it's a key to supporting growth. And obviously the environment we're in now, you know, growth is clearly back on the agenda. So I just wondered if you could give a bit of elaboration on why having automated systems of this nature is a key enabler and supporter of business growth.
Yeah, it might sound absurd, but it really is. You referred to the Vance and Bourne research at the top of our conversation, and actually within the rest of that research, we talked about the key challenges or the key drivers for businesses: growth, new customer acquisition, and controlling costs were three key drivers. Makes perfect sense, right? As you said, the economy is in growth mode now, but companies are nervous about investing in technology. They're nervous about a step too far because of what's happened back in 2009, so they don't want a repeat of that. But if you're going to be growing your business and you want to attract new customers, chances are you're going to have to employ more salespeople. Yeah. In the current climate, chances are a number of those, if not all of them, are likely to be aged between 25 and 34. They're what's typically known as millennials or Generation Y individuals. Yep. These individuals have a different outlook to you and I, Richard. They want everything now. They expect technology to be used to enable them to go about doing their business. The thought of going out, doing your business, coming back to the office with a wad of paperwork and then keying it into a system is utterly alien to these people. And if we want to attract the best people and we want to help them grow efficiently, so that they can do everything that they used to do in the office on the road. We're seeing that with cloud-based systems like Office 365. We're seeing it with Salesforce.com. Why wouldn't you then extend that to expenses, which is highly emotive, and give people the ability to capture their expenses as they incur them by taking a photograph of the receipt, throwing it away, forget about it. Yeah. That's got to be more efficient to help grow your business. Consequently, you have happier employees. Warwick University study will tell you that happier employees are at least 12% more productive. Yeah. Chances are you can help grow your business with fewer employees in a happier environment, and everybody's more successful and more productive.
Yeah, and scalable too, to flex.
Totally scalable. And expenses when they're working well, they don't make a difference. Expenses when they're working badly is hugely emotional impact on people and creates a great deal of resentment that I've spent my money on behalf of the business and you haven't given it back to me. Why not? I want my money. Why am I funding the company? So by making it easier for people to submit, get their money back quickly, as you say, and knowing that you can turn that tap up or down just in one click has got to be good for growth in the UK. Well,
and if it's good for growth in the UK, clearly it's good for all of us and the wider UK economy. So really, I think that just leaves me to thank you, David, for coming along and taking the time to speak to us today. And thank you for taking the time to watch. I've been Richard Crump, and I look forward to seeing you again.